If you're dealing with a complicated UI system with several child and parent objects, countless buttons, drop down sliders, and whatever else you have, um, you might run into the same problem that I've been having, where it's very difficult to get the color changes across all of the buttons to be the same. Now, what I could do is obviously select all of the buttons and then change my colors. But of course, I can run into some problems. Let's assume I have a parent-child structure and I want to change all of the buttons without having to go in and check each individual child and make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay, we're going to begin by making a new script. We're going to call it UI element color changer window. We need to first import a few things. I am using Text Mesh Pro, so if you are as well, it might be handy to import that. Otherwise, you're going to run into some issues. And of course, because we are working with the UI, we're going to put in a using statement for Unity Engine.ui. And lastly, because this will be an editor script, we're going to be doing Unity Editor. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this mono behavior here, and we're going to make it a type editor window. Next, we're going to get rid of the start and update functions as we're not going to need these. Now, what we want to do is add a little element here in the top bar so that we can go ahead and change all of our buttons with ease. Now, in order to do that, we need to make sure that we have this line right here. Menu item, tools will be the button in our top bar. So just like you have job services window, this will be under tools. So we're going to be creating our new button with that. And of course, the name of our custom editor window. Let's go ahead and make sure we populate this. So UI element color changer window. It's going to be a get window, UI element color changer window. We're going to call this UI color changer. All right. And we're going to do window.show, which will make our window show up. All right. As you can see, we have our little tools button here in the top bar. And we have our UI element color changer. And currently our window does nothing. I'm going to dock it right here. So you want to make sure you add a color field for every color field available here in the UI. Now, of course, you can also make it so that this alters the target graphic, the color multiplier, any of these things. Really, this is just an example to get you thinking about custom inspectors. Anyway, so we're going to want to do a few things. Now let's work on our GUI. All right. And what is going on over here is we're essentially setting the colors above to these GUI fields. Um, And obviously here we have the string name. So let me go ahead and change these names just so we're all updated and clear. And I did make a mistake here with on GUI. So now if we go to tools, we should see all of our color fields populated right here. We can go ahead and change the colors. But right now it's not applying to our buttons. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So I went ahead and I created this method called apply UI element colors. So it's essentially going to find all of the buttons in the scene. Um, and of course, it's going to set the colors according to the colors that are in our inspector. And then we're going to set them as dirty so that the editor knows to save that data when we do save. And of course, you can go ahead and do this also for drop downs, for toggles, for sliders, and so on. So I went ahead and did that. And I also added a debug log statement just so we know that the colors have been updated. So let's go take a look. Now, if we return to our UI element color changer, you can go ahead and change the colors. And once you're done, of course, we're going to click Apply Colors. And as you see, all of our colors have been changed. And my apologies, I did not explain this section here. So how do we get a button? This right here is going to build us a button. and it's going to connect to obviously that method that I wrote right here, which is apply UI element colors. Sorry, this is my first tutorial, and I am learning as much as you guys are. The issue with this system, the way it is right now, is that while I can save my project here, these button colors will be saved. This window will not have those colors saved. So what we're going to do is go ahead, go into our script, and we're going to add two methods. We're going to add save colors right here. And over here, we're going to do window dot load colors. So let's go ahead and make those two methods right now. All right, so in order to save the colors, we will need a color key, which is just a string. So we're able to load that data directly from that string when the time comes. All right, and in order to save the data, we're going to be using editorprefs and, of course, changing our color into a string so that it can be correctly saved beneath the according key. Now, in order to load the data, we're going to need two methods, which I have right here. We're going to do a private void load colors. We're going to set each color according to another function that I have right here, which is going to go through and load up all of the editor prefs that we have set above according to the proper key. And we are going to put in a default color. In the event that we're unable to get our data, we're going to load up those default colors. So I have them right here. And anyway, once you do all of that, you just want to save and we have everything going. Setting up a custom inspector is easy. And of course, the great thing about it is that it saves you time. So instead of individually clicking all of these elements and doing that with my drop downs and my sliders, I can just do it from a quick button. This is one of the many ways that you can use a custom editor window in order to save you time. And anyway, I hope you guys learned something. Take care and subscribe for more.